All right, greetings, everybody. First of all, before we get started, I give homage to the African creator, which we call Ma. I give homage to all of my ancestors who came before us. I give homage to Men's and Akhenaten. I give homage to Sunjata Keita, my namesake, Kanku Musa, and Shaka Zulu, uh, Ya Nana Santawa, Queen Nzinga, Nandi, Nefertiti. I give homage to Nat Turner and Denmark Vesey and Gabriel Prosser and Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman. I give homage to Malcolm X, but if I could use every word in dictionary, I could not express my great gratitude for the Honorable Marcus Mosias Garvey. I greet you, my dear brothers and sisters and listening audience. In Mandinka, we say Kortanate, which means I hope there's no trouble. And the response is Tanate, but today there is trouble because this topic pains me to have to discuss this topic. The topic is Tariq Nasheed, FBA equals FBI. Now, why am I saying this? Let's analyze what the FBA is. FBA is Foundational Black Americans. Now, first of all, as Brother Malcolm said, we're not in America. We're one of the victims of America. We're one of the 43 million victims of America. We have not lived the American dream. Goddamn, we lived the American nightmare. So to call ourselves what the slave master called ourselves is insanity. It's the love of a slave on the buck dance and tap dance to be included in a white reality that you have never been a part of. Never. They never called Harriet Tubman American. She was a slave, and they mistreated her and abused her while she had to fight and run away. They didn't treat our ancestors as no American. We didn't get the right to vote. We didn't get the same rights as white people got. And after we worked from sun up to sundown, from can't see morning to can't see night, and finally we were let off the plantation, we didn't have the same rights in the South. We couldn't vote. We were lynched. We were hung, and you still see them lynching you there. You still see Sandra Massey, that's a lynching. You still see what they do to black people. So you're not included. White folks don't give a damn about you. So that's the love of a slave who want to identify yourself as an African. So they say, well, we indigenous, we always been here. Well, this is very simplistic to resolve this issue. We got DNA tests. You see, if your goddamn DNA test say you're a Cherokee, Choctaw Indian, or a Apache or a Cherokee, you ain't no goddamn Sitting Bull and Hiawatha and Geronimo. You are African, and your DNA will show that you're African. It can even pinpoint the region in which you came from in Africa, the ethnic group you came in Africa. So they say we are our own lineage. There's no problem about that. Mandinka people, for instance, are in Mali, they're in Gambia, they're in Guinea, they're in Senegal, they're in Burkina Faso, they're in the Ivory Coast, they're all over. And every Mandinka group has a little bit different lineages than other African groups. So we are Africans, and yes, we have a lineage here. There's no problem with that. There's no issue with that. And so this is what they're saying. We have a lineage here. We are our own ethnic group. That's the same. That's the same in any place in Africa. The Yoruba and Nigeria are a little bit different from the Yoruba and Benin, but they still are African people. So you want to detach yourself from Africa. As I said in one of my speeches, we're buying into the white man's reality. When you go into a store, you can pay with Visa, MasterCard, American Express, cash, and credit are the only things accepted. You can pull out money and pay by that, right? But you can't pay with a horse. You can't pay with a cowrie shell. You can't pay with a cow. You can't pay with chickens. You can't pay with your produce, or you can't have a garden and take in some tomatoes and pay with that, or kale and pay for that. Cash and credit is the only thing accepted. But in this world, your Africanity is not accepted. Africanity is not accepted nowhere in the world, even in Africa. And this is the problem with the FBA. So now, we tend to think, as Africans, I say this to you, I am an African. I don't need no damn continental African to accept me for what I am. I don't have to have their damn approval. That's your problem. So you don't understand. When you really understand Africa, you understand that Africa's been colonized. It's like they have Uncle Toms here. They got Uncle Toms over there. So because you run into an ignorant African, now you all upset because you run into an ignorant African. And yes, there are a lot of ignorant Africans that come over here who don't understand their plight. This is what our brother President Ibrahim Traore is saying. He's telling you they had to run out the Uncle Toms who take leadership in Africa, who want to live like the master, act like the master, plunder the resources of Africa, and then take it and give it back to the master. That's the mindset. So yes, the work has to be done on the continent, but yet still the FBA is preaching hatred for Africans. And our problem in America, goddammit, is not a continental African. They preaching hate for Jamaicans and brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. They're not our problem. If they were really sincere, there's work to be done in our neighborhoods. I'm in Chicago. Everybody knows I'm a vice lord. But vice lords' problems are the vice lords. We fight and kill each other right here in Chicago. You can go right on the west side of Chicago. Travelers and conservatives are into it with each other, killing each other, all under the same, all vice lords. GDs killing GDs. You can't go from one block to the next block without it being shooting there. These are our problems. So the FBI or FBA, whatever you want to call it, wants to teach you to hate Africans. They're the least of your problem. Our problem in America is ourselves. And after we get through, dealing with ourselves and learning to unify and love each other, then we got the damn Mexican. Mexicans are killing us every day in cities where we have to interact with each other. They all in our community. They have benefits from what we fought for, illegals. Can't spit a bit of English. And the world has bowed down to the damn Mexican. You can't even pick up the phone without it coming on English or Spanish. I go to ATM one time, and they got Spanish as the damn button. They bow down to them, and they come over here illegally. They have a problem with us. The Arab is a problem. Owning all of the stores in our community because we placated and didn't want to identify with being African. We want to run into Arab culture. The Islam being taught is not a black revolutionary Islam like Malcolm taught, Elijah Muhammad taught. It's this Arab stuff. And they all in our damn community. The Asians owning all the beauty spots, those are our problems. So your least problem you have is a continental African because he's ignorant and don't understand you. And then a lot of times, the way we treat them. I had nephews. My nephews came from Mali and the Congo. And the way some of us have talked to them, calling them African booty scratchers, making fun of their complexion, making fun of their accent. Talking crazy. So I walked in, my uncle and I from the Gambia were at Golden Corral. We went out, we all dressed in African garb. And this ignorant brother, well, I was so embarrassed what this brother did. He said, man, y'all look nice. They wear clothes in Africa? This is the insult that we have to go through. Not that we, I'm sorry, this is the insult they have to go through. So they were a little bit withdrawn because the ignorance about Africa is that y'all think Africa is a country. There are 54 countries in Africa. And primarily what you see in America is a lot of Nigerians. And some of our Nigerian brothers can be very ignorant. No doubt about that. Now, this does not excuse their behavior, and I'm going to get on their ass too. I'm going to say this to you. Yes, you as a continental Africa, you owe respect to your African brothers and sisters who built this country, who now, because of their struggle, their sacrifice, you have to bring your ass over here. So you have no business turning your nose up at your African brother here. You need to embrace us, work with us, help us, and fight with us. I understand that concept. And your problem, my brothers and sisters who come from the continent, is not a brother or sister here in America. It is your corrupt government and your Uncle Tom bootlicking, buck dancing, homogenized slave leadership who plunders the country and only wants to live rich like white people, and they don't care about the people. That's your problem, not a brother or sister here. So we have the Willie Lynch ceremony. We're fighting against each other. This is why I say FBA is a Willie Lynch cult. A Willie Lynch cult. Now, what I want to say next is, why now the FBA? Now, I have to say, Tariq Nasheed has to be compromised in working with the white man because he knows the plight of Africa. He had great documentaries called Hidden Colors, 1804. He knows about African culture. This is not no ignorant coon. He's an educated coon. He understands, our plight. He understands that we're African. So why are you teaching this hatred for Africans? Why? What's the real motive behind it? Because he sees Ibrahim Traore, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, kick the white man out and said, we're going to determine our destiny, we're going to control our resources, and we'll fight with every drop of blood, to the last drop of blood we have, to ensure this. And so now you have nearly about 80 million Africans all working together, as Tariq says, on code. And they are reaching out to us. I was there, and I was treated so well by African brothers and sisters. They treated me well. Didn't nobody try to take it, but they showed me so much love when I was there. And I've been around Malians and Gambians for a long time, and they've shown me nothing more. This is what they're not telling me. So now here comes the FBA. Now let me just say this real quick. My own family in America has turned their back on me because I have an auntie. She's a Boule Negro. She thinks she's better than everybody else, and because she has been educated by her slave master. And I have challenged her on some of the things. I guess when I was 17, 18 years old, my grandmother passed. I spoke at her funeral. And I was, at that time, in nation study under Minister Abdul Allah Muhammad, and I was a student of Minister Louis Farrakhan at that time, and they taught me how to speak. And so she said, what are you going to say at your grandmother's funeral? I said, well, I don't write a speech out, I just make an outline and speak from the heart. And she says to me that, well, your Uncle John, he has a PhD, and he knows how to speak. And I said, well, I know how to speak as well. I don't think I need it. My mother said, look, let him speak at his grandmother's funeral. You don't have no business doing all that. He gonna say what he want to say. And then she stopped, and he said, I got there and I spoke, and I believe at that time, my uncle, he spoke with his PhD, And the pastor got up and said, well, listen, I can just sit down. This young man did an extraordinary job. He's really going to be something. And everybody, commended me and said what a wonderful job I did, except her. So I'm sad to say that, a lot of times our family here have been so messed up by white supremacy. But it was African people who took me in and embraced me and showed me a lot of love. So I love them and they love me. And I'm not going to stand for no bootlicking, buck dancing, homogenized slave like Tariq Nasheed shit on Africa. And I say, yes, the bad behavior has to be condemned. Yes, they need to be corrected, but it's not one-sided. The bad behavior of Africans in America has to be corrected. The bad behavior of Africans in the Caribbean has to be corrected. It has to be corrected. But I'm not going to single one people out and just talk about their bad behavior. You see? Like what does the scripture say, my brothers and sisters who go to church? You can see the splinter in your brother's eye, but can't see the big old board in your own. When you point a finger at someone else, 3 fingers point back at you. So if the FBA really wants to do something, there's a lot to do. Mass incarceration. There are more black men in prison, on parole, on probation. There wasn't 1850 on the height of slavery. So what are you doing for mass incarceration? Myself, I love Africa, but I'm working inside the penitentiaries. We have a reentry circle. Working with our youth. What are you doing for our community? So you're in hate for your slave master. You see? So back to what I was saying, this is the reason why this is coming up, because the white folks are telling him to do that. And then he's able to use the fact that he is African to say disrespectful and hateful things about Africans that no white man could say. They use this nigga to say it. This bootlicking, buck dancing nigga to say it. Because nobody else can talk about Africans like that. No one can make fun of the food they cook. He disrespects our women. Sister was saying, he did the documentary 1804. She said, well, man, for you to know that much information about Haiti, you have to be a Haitian. Yeah, I think you're a Haitian, Tariq. He called her a musty tether, a musty bed wench. Now, couldn't no clan, the Klan couldn't get up and say nothing like that without being consequential repercussion. But he can say it because the white folk let him say it. Well, he African, so it can't be hateful because he's one of y'all. The white man ain't looking at that nigga and saying, oh, he FBA. Oh, you're African. You all niggas to the white man. But now when the Mexicans come up, who are killing black people in California, there's been several instances where young black girls have been just killed by Mexicans for no reason. Children playing, Mexicans have come up and killed them. Right here in Chicago, when we had the riots, some of our people going over to the Mexican neighborhood to get, groceries, and they was attacking women and children. And with the vice lords, G.D. Stone, we rolled up and said, man, we ain't gonna have this, and they stopped that. Now they come here illegally, and everybody has benefited from the civil rights movement, and you ain't talking about them. So he got into an American Cholo. American Cholo checked him. He ain't call American Cholo a tether. He didn't talk about you musty Mexican or stinky. He didn't say nothing like that about them. Because he's not going to, because those Mexicans told him he'll pull up. He was nice to the Mexicans. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, Cholo, what's up, brother? Mexicans said, we're going to sit down and meet. Okay, no problem, I'm good for it, no problem, buddy, no problem, no. Oh, bootlicking ass Negro. You buck dance for the goddamn Mexican. You don't talk about Jews like that. Because you know they'll shut your damn YouTube channel down. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking. They allow you to spew hate for Africans, but you go on there and say 1% of what you say about other Africans, about a Jew, they'll shut your shit down. This is why we know he's working for the government when he can do something like this. All our Christian brothers and sisters, all y'all FBA Negroes who go to church and talk about Jesus and love and turn the other cheek and brag about dying for a cracker, brag about getting water holes turned on you by a cracker, brag about being lynched, bragging about being murdered for the goddamn white man, singing "We Shall Overcome" for the white man, showing love for the white man. You could allow this man to spew hate for your African brothers and sisters like he's spewing? This is how sick we are as a people. But oh no, like I say, he don't do that with the Mexicans. He ain't gonna talk like that to them. He ain't gonna do that to the Arabs. Arabs kill our people, disrespect our people, don't hire our people. You ain't talking about them like that. In fact, you talk about you hate Africa, but you walk around with a goddamn Arab name. Your Uncle Abdullah and your Uncle Sanchez. Kissing the Arab's ass, kissing the Mexican's ass. Instead of kicking them in their ass when they disrespect black people. That's what you do. So I'm not going to be long. I was hoping my brother would come on with me and join me. But as I say, this is a shame that he acts like this. This is a shame. Our solution must be race first. We must unite on the banner of race first. As I said, my brother and sister, the white man, the goddamn white man, is not looking at you as FBA, AES, or more Muslim, African, Jamaican. You are a nigga to white folks. And it's only befitting that we unite on the basis of our race. Just how white folks have united. Just as the Asians have united. Just as Arabs have united. We the only idiots doing this FBA stuff. There were Mexicans that were in California, in New Mexico, in Arizona, in Texas, in all those states that used to be part of Mexico, who've been there, who could say they're foundational brown Americans. We FBA too, they could say. But yet those Mexicans who have been here identify themselves as Mexicans. They support the illegal Mexicans coming over here and harbor them and take up for them. And if you try to attack them, they march and protest for them. There are Jews who are here, who've been here since the foundation of America. They don't call themselves foundational Jewish Americans, and they're against other Jews that may come from Israel or come from any other place. They support them. They work with them. They show them love. They're Asian, they're Chinese who built the railroads, have been here since America was founded just about. Don't even speak a lick of Chinese, but yet they support the Chinese coming over here. They're white Polacks, white Germans, white people from Britain who don't sit there and say they're foundational, whatever they cracker ethnic group is, and they support other crackers coming over here. So why is it that you are doing this, Tariq? Why are you doing this? This insanity. So race first has to be the answer. We must unite on the banner of race first. Now, back in June, we formed Mali Kele-Bife. Mali Kele-Bife. So it's the Mali Empire of the West. This is to unite us with our brother Ibrahim Traore and Niger and Mali, to unite us with them. So we as Africans here in America are working in the best interest of ourselves in America and keeping our Africanity, African culture, and also that when we do uh, we do come together and we go out and vote, we ask that aid be given to Africa. They giving aid to the Jew, aid to the damn Palestinians. They giving it to them. So it's only befitting that our tax dollars should go to help Africa and unite with Africa. Again, I'm not excusing any rude behavior of any continental Africans. In fact, I'm all for if they come over here and they ain't respecting, we kick them in their ass. Just as we have kicked Tariq Nasheed in his ass, if he continues to be disrespectful, we ain't gonna tolerate that. I'm not Umar Johnson. I'm not goddamn Brandon. I'm a vice lord. I ain't no nice lord. And I'm just telling you straight up, I'm not gonna tolerate you degrading black women and degrading black people. Period. I'm saying it. This is something I'm ready to die for. And this is how we need to be as black men. All you Pan Africans, stop all this damn talking. It's time to stop singing, as Malcolm said, and goddamn it, start swinging. We don't tolerate disrespect. We ain't tolerate that word shit. You're not gonna do it. Just as the Mexicans demand respect, we're gonna demand that you respect us. You cannot continue to degrade black people on your public platform. And he's relentless. He sends 5 to 6 videos out a day talking about this. Well, I'm just saying that to say, brother, I love you as a brother, but I cannot, I just don't understand this. Why you doing it? And this hurt me so bad because I had 2 of my good friends, Brother Daniel and Brother Thaddeus. Thaddeus is Malcolm X's cousin. Man, good brother. Real good brother. Man, he knows what I am. I have not worn white people clothes since 1999. When Yahya Jammeh started the Roots Homecoming Festival. And that's another thing to talk about. Look at how opening the Gambia was to us. By taking a few isolated incidents where some African Americans have, supposedly been hurt over there. It happens. And want to turn you against Gambia. Gambia is a beautiful country. And Yahya Jammeh opened up the doors to the Gambia. And this one I want to point out. There's been a few things happening in the Gambia, and it's mighty funny since Ibrahim Traore and them have united. This started happening. We don't know if this the CIA is doing this to turn us against Africa. Yahya Jammeh opened up his doors to us because Alex Haley traced his roots back to the Gambia. Well, this is fictitious or not, it's a good thing. So I'm just saying to say, this has to stop. This has to stop. I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but I'm just so angered by this. But to say what I'm saying is about Thaddeus and Daniel, and they start getting into this FBA. I start hearing them talk about own code and delineation and start telling me fuck Africa. They know how I am. So why would you, Brother Thaddeus, come to me and say fuck Africa when you know I love Africa? That's like going to a cripple. You tell them F what they believe in, or F a vice lord, F for GD, man. You got a fight in your hand. But this is so I can see that he's a cult leader. They say he ain't the leader, but he is the leader. Goddammit, this Negro is the leader. So this is what made me start to take a look at this. And when I began to look at this, I was just disgusted at what I saw this brother doing. Just disgusted with him. And so with like I said, with Molly Kelly Bife and us unifying, we're able to tap back into this, and we're gonna make this happen. So we're gonna start having more podcasts talking about this and get into this and working together. We definitely got to do that. And as I conclude, I want to talk about Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, this is my brother. I think he's brilliant. I think he's, he's really the only voice on a national scale, I think, that is speaking for for about race first. He's speaking, African nationalism. He's speaking unity. Now, is he perfect? No, he's not perfect. By no stretch of the imagination is he perfect. Is there some arrogance there? Yes, I think there's arrogance there. But you have to understand, in our community, and I see this with our community, we put so much stock in education. So if I got the white man's degree, I'm better than my brother who didn't go to school. So black people, you made the man have some of this arrogance he has, because you all put him on the pedestal. There are many of us who speak just as well as Umar. What he's talking about is not new. There's nothing new about that. It don't take no damn 4-year degree to tell you that the white man is your enemy. It don't take a damn, 100 years of going to school to tell you that a man that will not teach you right, a man that will not treat you right, sure they're not going to teach you right. Get your baby away from them devils. It doesn't take all that to know that, because he has a degree and said it, and he is articulate and a good speaker. Y'all put all this stock in. I had a good friend of mine. I just joked about. He got so mad at Umar. I just joked about Umar and him reconciling, and the man ain't spoke to me. I love the brother. It's like a lot of you men got like a little man crush on the man or something. He your brother, and when he's wrong, then we need to correct him. And he feels that way. I'm the best. I'm the Prince of Pan Africa. I'm the best at this, brother. Brother Umar, I think you'll go a lot better. Stop all the bragging and just do the work. Because you ain't the best at nothing if our people still in this condition. White folks still got their foot on our neck. So ain't no damn champions until we knock this cracker out. But that's what you all did. Y'all have made the man there. Y'all pumped his head up. And so, they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. So the man is, a household name now. Yeah, he get a chip on his shoulder. But we'll deal with our brother. But I'd rather have him than Tariq Nasheed. I'm a pull for him. As for the school, I know he's been wanting to get the school open for a long time. I see he has the building. But again, it's not no easy task. For those of you criticize, first of all, he bought a school for $400,000, and it takes a lot to renovate. I don't know, like $1 million to renovate it. How is he gonna pay for teachers? How is he gonna pay for janitors? How is he gonna pay for books? That's a daunting task. So we need to sit down as a community and see how we can support his effort and help him. And our elders have to sit down and be able to counsel and work with us. The main reason why we have so many issues in the black community is we don't have the elders step up and mediate, to be able to tell someone when they're wrong. Elders should be able to go to Umar, that's a little arrogant, brother, calm down, don't speak that way. Apologize, this brother, you talked him wrong. We don't have that. I went to James Smalls. I begged him, could you talk to Tariq? Because I don't want to do that. And it takes that. That's what the African elders should do, is to counsel, to bring us together, to mediate. This is what we should be able to do. So as I say, let's unite. As I conclude and wrap this up, forgive me for being a little bit all over the place. I'm just angry, a little bit emotional, but I think I covered everything I wanted to say. So let's unite. Let's come together. Brother Tariq, I'm just telling you, brother, We're not going to tolerate you disrespecting African people. You want to work with the people over here, then goddamn it, do it. Get out there in the highways and byways, work with our youth, get some youth programs together, and build it up. But we're not going to tolerate you continue to degrade and disrespect African people the way you've been doing it. We're not going to I'm telling you straight up, I swear, I put that on everything I love. This is not going to be tolerated, man. I love to meet with you. I love to work with you. But this is not going to be tolerated. It's either get down or lay down. And we say lay down, the legal way to lay down. I ain't talking about, I don't want no harm to come to my brother. I don't want to see him lose his life, nothing like that. I'm not saying that. Now, I kick him in his ass a couple times, okay, I'm with that. But I don't want to see the brother lose his life, or I don't want to see nothing happen to him, because he's a valuable asset. He's brilliant, he's talented, he's articulate. He knows how to make films. He's great. He's got a lot going for him. But this is wrong, Tariq. This is wrong. Stop this. And another thing they tried to say is Umar Johnson was against reparations. No, he was not. That's not what he said. What he said is that you just can't give black people a check, because all they're going to do is take a check and put it back in the hands of white people. And that's exactly what we'll do. We got all that PVP money, and where did it go? Where did it go? It went right back to the white man's hand. You buying Gucci, you buying Louis Vuitton, you buying Prada, you buying Jordans, you buying Nike, you buying all the white man's things. You buying big TVs. You're not putting that back into the black community. So what he's saying is that the reparations have to be used to build infrastructure, build things so we can build generational wealth. He even said that the resource of America, we should get 25% of that forever. We need land. This is what he said. So y'all just want to get a check, and you'll spend that check in 2 months. It'll be gone. We'll be right back in the same a nigga on the plantation. He was saying we got to make sure our youth are taken care of. That's what he was saying. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's his opinion. But that's the attacking point. He, like I say, our brother's not perfect, but man, he's doing a good job speaking that message. And I'm gonna continue. And I support the message he's speaking. He's saying all the right things. But now we got to work on him to humble himself a little bit. That's all. And we can do that. We'll get with him. But he's a great spokesman for redemption of Africa. He's a student of Marcus Garvey. We went to UNIA together. So I love my brother, and I like the good work he's doing. But nobody's perfect. Y'all stop putting him on the pedestal because he got a damn degree. That don't mean nothing. It's just, he's a brother. And most of what he's talking didn't come from no damn school. It came from Marcus Garvey, who did not have a degree. There would be no damn Umar Johnson, as you know him today, if it was not for Marcus Garvey. And that's the credit y'all get. That's what you need to look at. You can run up and be all at him, but you won't want to study Garveyism. Garvey produced Dr. Umar Johnson. Take the damn doctor away, because that don't mean shit. It's the Garveyite that means something with Dr. Umar Johnson. That's where we got it from. So let me conclude with that, man. You guys can call me at 708-631-4123. And I see some of your comment, but man, let's stop this stuff, man. I'm just telling you. Give me a call back, and you can call me again at 708-631-4123 to join Sankore African Society. Is what it's our organization. Mali Kili Bife. You'll have citizenship in Mali Kili Bife, and this will be extended. We're working to get this extended in Africa. Sometimes you need to get away. We need to get away. Some of our brothers who are in prison and who can't come home, we need to get you out of there and let you go to Africa, help build Africa. We want dual citizenship, so this is something we can do. So with that being said, I'm going to end here, and like I said, I love you. Even though I'm angry at Brother Tariq, I'm angry that you let the white man compromise you like that. But I still want to reach out for him and have a conversation. Just like you gave that the same respect you gave American Cholo, God damn it, you're gonna give it to me too. And American Cholo ripped him up, called him a ghetto coon. And then Tariq Nasheed didn't say nothing to this man. But he made cartoons disrespecting Umar Johnson, disrespecting Brother Brandon. He physically assaulted Taharka Bey. But he ain't physically assaulted no Mexicans, no Arabs, nobody else but other black people. That's sad. That's really sad. So with that being said, I'm gonna end it, and I thank you, Brother Thaddeus, Brother Daniel. I love you, man. Get out this cult. It's gonna come out. All I say, and I say it again, it's gonna come out that Tariq Nasheed is working for the white man to bring disunity amongst Africa and Africans that are born here. I don't call myself an American. I'm an African born in America. That's what I say. Like Malcolm X would say, if a cat is born in the oven, don't make him a biscuit. It makes him a cat. You take an orange tree and plant it in the midst of apple trees, it's still going to be an orange tree. So let's unite, join Sankore African Society, join the UNIA, join an organization that's promoting this. We're not going to stand for this foolishness. And they say they're not an organization because they don't want to have to be accountable for nothing. It's just our lineage. I'm not a leader because he don't want to be accountable. But he is the leader. He can say that he's a cult leader. He's a pimp. Anybody prescribing this disrespect of Africa, he pimping you. You on the track. You one of his hoes. And he got you out there sucking dick and selling pussy in a spiritual way. If you subscribing that, because if you hating on Africa, yes, you are a pussy. You selling pussy and you sucking dick to hate on Africa, like the way he's talking about it. Again, I don't say that you shouldn't condemn the bad behavior. Yes, condemn the bad behavior. Yes, criticize them when criticism is needed. But just talk hate for Africa like that, and then you don't want to talk about, you don't want to criticize ourselves here, and we need to be criticizing ourselves first and getting ourselves together and getting united. You know what I'm saying? And then if we could unite, stop all the killing, I think that it'll be a lot easier for, our people in Africa to want to work with us. Because the white man already tell them how dangerous it is. They to stay away from us. That's what they tell them when they come over here. So we got to stop this. All right, thank you so much. Let's be strong. Let's unite. Let's come together. One family, one village, one nation. Race first. This is Mansa and dedicated Kamara signing out.